Hi, are you Miss Davis?
Yes, call me Jack.
Hi, Jack. I am also Jack myself. It's nice to meet you.
Okay, well, for the purpose of this meeting, is it okay if I call you Jack too?
Yeah, that's completely fine. No
Okay,
problem.
well, you may sit. I only have about 20 minutes, so
Yeah, no, I'll be quick. Do you mind if I put some of my stuff in here?
go ahead.
Perfect. I went ahead and took some notes of some questions that I would want to ask you, and I also made you a copy. Would you like to take that?
Yes, I'd love that. Thank you. Very
There
prepared.
you go. And then, if it's all right with you, I'm going to start running through some of these questions that I have for you, and then I might also take some notes if that's okay.
Do as you may.
Perfect, thank you. And then also here is one of my business cards, so you can get in touch with me later if you have any questions or anything. So the first question that I currently have for you is, over the past couple of years, I see that your revenue has gone up 9% over the past 3 years. That's quite significant. I saw that your revenue is at $168 million. Is that correct?
Yeah, in the previous years, we've been doing wonderfully.
Okay, so what are your future plans right now for the company?
Well, a big thing for me is working on raising our future growth numbers. We're actually expanding to multiple states upcoming in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
And like you said, we have a 9% growth, but in 2017, we only got to about 7.5%.
Okay. So I noticed with other companies and other problems that other companies similar to what you're running right now is that their system that they're using is not currently allowing them to utilize clients' information and follow up and everything. Is that something that you guys feel?
Yeah, we're currently struggling with our current CRM package to unify what customers are being logged and about how salespeople log in general.
Okay. Is this preventing you from following up with people or any leads?
Well, perhaps, but at the current moment, we have no idea of what is being made with what process because our biggest fears are buried between us and the client, and we really don't want to lose that relationship. And we just need like our salespeople aren't on the same page, and if we aren't, then we will like lose their trust.
Okay. Are you currently wanting to centralize data for your system? I know that in other ones it's been a huge hassle.
Yeah, we are not in a way that's really efficient. We are really trying to track our sales force, and some people are using notebooks to keep tabs, and some just don't easily see that it's a problem, and so it's just kind of a hard way to unify. And I really don't want to be following a paper trail like 24/7.
That's a huge lag for a company to be running on like that. So other than your customer, it seems like in your Salesforce tracking, are there any other informations of improvement that you're wanting to run on?
Well, I think at the moment our real goal is standardizing the process.
Okay. That's 100% fair. I completely understand the standardization of information. On the second page, I have a couple more questions for you if you still don't mind running through some more stuff. Are you currently worried about being locked out of your software program or ever have problems where things end up shut down or you're not able to access your information where you are?
Yes, I have heard horror stories from my sales management team as well as my HR just trying to deal with complaints because some Salesforce members aren't being assigned or aren't able to access the company or like not even, and then the CRM package isn't coming out to rectify the situation. The support is just not at its best, and so we're having to run back to the office to like re-enter the data, and it's just kind of a hassle.
No, I've heard actually of that company with those problems before. So with your account with me, I would be taking care of any questions or any problems. You're always able to follow up. So it's not really too much of a problem with NetSuite. At least I've never had an encounter like that before. Is there problems with different departments losing customers just simply over the fact of communication?
I would definitely say that's a factor. I mean, sometimes it takes upwards of 8 hours a week to even just get down to where we have issues, let alone even look at new prospects or the actual problem.
So you said weeks for that?
Yeah, or it takes 8 hours a week. So like, yeah, it can cause a continuously weekly problem.
Yeah, those numbers definitely add up. Mr. Davis was telling me that with the sales manager and tracking that your sales force is using a different way than your sales manager and that there's a huge mislap in communication there?
He's really trying hard to like manage customer relations, but it's just cannibalizing a little too much of his time.
Yeah.
And he's VP of sales. He can't be
Everywhere.
he can't be everywhere. He can't be focusing on the smallest employees or people who can't get their things together.
Yeah. So what is the impact on the lack of sales tracking?
Well, I can't fully even answer that question due to us not even having a unified answer or unified way to even look at the data. Nothing currently is being unified, at least. Ideally, we want to have both the manager and staff using one platform that's very clear and concise. That way, there's no miscommunication.
Okay. Do you think that your sales force is being able to work to their full potential currently?
I would say no, or there's no way to share it. Every once in a while, there's the stars who know what they're doing, but it doesn't necessarily work for everyone else. And sometimes the stars think that they need to use notebooks or different IT software, and the tracking just becomes completely different and uncentralized.
Okay. What would you say the advantages would be for your company by cutting down on training time and if you were able to focus that information on just having a skilled workforce?
Well, it would definitely make my time easier. Hiring takes a ton of time, and I can only imagine how it impacts other parts of the business. I mean, training is a huge cost, and I mean, I'm interested to see how it works with y'all because with our current one, it was very unreliable in terms of like people actually understanding and retaining it. So like making sure everyone, the workforce, is on the same page will really uniform everything and just help us move towards our growth that we want.
Yeah, so it seems like some of the consistent problems that me and you have been discussing has been poor communication, lack of centralization, and then support from your CRM. Is this correct? Okay. And then would you say that these inefficiencies are adding additional problems that maybe even your sales force or your managers and stuff aren't able to fully comprehend right now?
I mean, before I would have disagreed because no one wants to see the bad parts of their company. Everyone wants to see it as their child or like someone who's perfect. And now, I mean, I'm starting to second guess our ability for our CRM package to move with us as we scale.
Okay. So with that all being said, is it all right with you if I pull up my laptop here and do a run through NetSuite and show you some of how our benefits could work for you?
Yes, I mean, I'd really like to see this system that can supposedly change my life, I guess.
Fair enough. All right. So if you want to go ahead and log in, username is going to be trainer1, as in the password is 1234.
Okay, not very complex.
NetSuite is just all about keeping everything clear, simple, and concise for you. So if you want to click over here,
okay,
you'll be able to see just exactly how simple NetSuite is. All of your sales force are going to be able to see this one screen. However, your manager will be able to access all of your sales force rather than everybody just being able to see everyone's information. So you guys are going to be able to tone in and focus on who gets to see what and what all you want customers being able to see, because they'll also be able to log in and manually log in their own information. So it'll cut down significantly on some of like the more tedious tasks in your business.
Real-time data.
Yeah, everything's going to be real time. And then since it's all cloud-based, everything's going to update simultaneously, so people in the office will be able to see what's going on in the field, and you don't have to worry about mislapses or your salespeople calling up clients that were already reached out to.
What do you mean about cloud-based? Because whenever I think cloud, I usually think iPhone or any mobile device, really. So is it applicable to a mobile device?
Yeah, it actually is very similar just to however you would do things on your phone. We do have a phone app here. I'll pull up mine and be able to show you our training one on here also. So if you look on there, you're going to be able to see that it looks pretty much identical to what you see online. And so anybody out in the field will be able to pull this up and be able to access everything. And then I'm going to let you click over there. You're going to be able to pull up our data sheets. you're going to see that everything's going to be pretty much centralized and formatted to fit your company and what you're wanting to run on. So you don't have to worry about people filling out things differently and different information being taken down when you only want certain specifics. So everything's going to be toned in on just kind of what really is going to benefit you the most.
And so the managers can directly follow this. They can see what's going on in their departments.
Yes, they're able to track everything. And so this is an easy way for managers to track their sales force, coach their sales force without necessarily breathing down their throat and letting their sales force have that freedom that they need to really go out and reach and find more clients.
Okay. Well, this all sounds really wonderful, but how difficult in training is it? It's like, I know I did it, but I'm very educated. I mean, there's not always the most educated people in a group, and we often take like freshmen or like people fresh out of college is what I meant to say. And so are they going to be able to understand the system?
Yeah, even if you're bringing in interns for a short period of time, because our training is accessible online, you're able to go in, pull up everything, and we do online seminars. So even if people are out of state, you can all get together on an online classroom and run through training however you want to do it. Or you can have individuals go in and kind of mess around with things. Typically, when we come in for your first initial training, it'll take a week, but after that, you could kind of just catch up with whatever you want. Everything's online, super simple. I would assume it would take more for even an intern than around 3 days.
Okay, wow. So this sounds great, like I said. But with the training interactive and being able to use it on mobile device, all of this sounds expensive is the correct word. Like it sounds very pricey. So what exactly is the price?
If you look over here, you're going to be able to see the spreadsheet that I pulled up with similar companies, a similar wage and employees and everything, and how much they're able to pay for their benefits. And then if you look on this side, you're able to see how much of an impact that NetSuite has actually saved their company and how much money that they're not losing from just inefficiency previously that they were running on. So does this seem reasonable or numbers that you would possibly want to obtain?
I mean, this definitely sounds reasonable because we have 26 employees currently. The problem is the implementation, and I'd really like to get a small sales team here, and as well as our accounting section to like come in and really look at this with you. Is it possible you could come maybe? I think we have a meeting next Wednesday. Could you possibly make that meeting?
Yeah, I could definitely be there at that meeting. What time are you looking at? Or do you want me to check with your secretary?
My secretary knows more of the details because times are very fluid, but I believe it's around 2, but I would check with her. She usually knows my schedule better than me.
Okay, perfect. And then I'll just bring a rough draft of some paperwork that we can look through and then either sign the paperwork then if it's all right with you, or we can meet up again later in the week if that would be all right.
All right, that sounds perfect. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Yeah, thank you as well. It was very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too. And I'll leave all that paperwork with you there, and I will get my stuff out of your way so you can get on with your day.
Okay.